Now it's time to create your quiz and you don't know how to go about it. Simple. First step is to log in as either a subject teacher or a class teacher. Then after that, navigate to where you can find quiz. At the left hand navigation bar, click on quiz and then click on quiz bank. Now quiz bank is the repository of all your quizzes. Every quiz that you've set in the past can be accessed and managed here. So you can see now that I have 0 quiz right now, and this is probably what you would also find on your portal, except for the fact that maybe you've been using this portal before this time. So let's go ahead and create quiz. Now you can see a button here that says create new quiz, this purple button. Click on it and then set the title of the quiz. I will call it CAT 1. Now CAT means continuous assessment test, so you don't get me wrong. So CAT 1. Alright, and for the category I would say that it is for midterm tests. And for this duration I would say 25 minutes. Who is this particular test applicable to? Is it for returning student? Is it for prospective student? Is it for staff? So it's for returning students. Then I'll go ahead and pick the class. Okay, so once that is done, you choose a closing date. Now this closing date means that if the student refuses to take the test at the appropriate time, they won't be able to take the test again once it has hit the closing date. So I'll pick on the 3rd. Then now to enable quiz report view, I would set it to yes. Now this enables the student to view their report. Immediately they click on submit button. But if you don't want them to see the result as soon as they click on submit, you just set it to no. Alright, so once you're done with that, you click on save. And so once that has been saved, you will notice that we now have one quiz here, and the status is currently not live. So that means that regardless of what I do here, my students still won't have access to the quiz questions. This gives you the opportunity to set the exam questions right at the beginning of the term. And so your student can access it if you don't set it live. You can come back and iterate and edit the question as many times as you want. And so we've been able to set new quiz. So how do you now put in the questions? Kindly click on this action button and click on manage questions. Now, if you want to edit what you've done here, you just click on edit quiz, but that's not what you want to do. What you want to do now is to set questions. So click on manage questions, and so you should see something like this. This is the title of the question, and this is the time allocated to it, 25 minutes. This is the quality assurance measure for the quiz questions that you want to set. The first is that you need to pick a quiz name. The second is that you need to set a time frame. The third is that you need to set the quiz category, which you've done. You remember when we were setting up our quiz, we did that. And then the last one is that you need to set at least 4 questions. So you can set 1, 2, 3 questions here. Alright, so to do that, click on this purple button with the inscription new question. And here you have 4 options: multiple choice, we have multiple choice list, this one is styles, this one is list, this one is true or false questions, and this one is multiple choice shapes. So I'll just leave it like this. Question obtainable mark. For this particular question, I'll say 5 marks. Alright, remember that the overall mark for this particular quiz is 25. So if I set 5 questions with 5 marks each, that makes it 25. So I'll just type. Now you see here, you can highlight, you can bold, you can italic, you can stroke it. You can do pretty much many things as possible. And let's move to the options. I'll say yes here, I'll say no, I'll say I don't know. For this one, I would say now you know. Alright, so you can see that we have 3 buttons that look alike and the other one is different. Now this tells the system that this particular option is the correct option. But in case you want to switch it, you want to change it, all you need to do is to click on the button. So it will switch by itself. You can see this inscription that says click on an option from below to set as correct answer. So just click on any of them that you feel is the right answer, then the system will mark it for you. But note that your student can't see these options. You are the only one that can see it, so you are safe. I'll just leave it like this, and I will click on submit. So that makes it one question. You can see business is war. Yes, no, I don't know. Now you know. So we need to set 5 questions. I mean, at least 4 questions, at least. But I want to go ahead and set 5 questions. So I'll just do that while you watch me. So now we've set 4 questions, and all of these buttons has been checked. But then I want to set one more to complete this bar. Now I need to explain something to you here very quickly. If you type your questions, so you've gone ahead to type your question, and you notice that you need to change the question style from multiple choice, for instance, to true or false. Now remember to copy this question. It is very important, because if you choose this true and false, it will automatically clear off everything that you've typed here. Now take a look. Do you see that? Now because I've copied it, I can easily paste it back. It is very important. Don't make that mistake, because you might have gone ahead to type your question and just remember that you need to change it. Then you just clicked on it and all effort wasted. So for that not to happen, it is very important for you to take notes of these things. So I will just go ahead and set a question, and then we can now move on from there. Now we've been able to set 5 questions. So we're done with that. We'll click on done. Done. So as you can see, I have this test. The category is midterm test. 5 questions. At the moment, 0 persons have participated, and we have 0 students as participants. Now this is because this particular staff is not assigned to any class yet. So but for you, let me show you from another user so that you can see what I'm trying to explain. Quiz bank. Now you can see here, this user has a lot of questions that he has set in the past. I mean, a lot of quizzes that he has set in the past. Now for this, we have 7 questions here. For this participant, he has 43 students, but none of them has taken the test. That's where you're seeing 0. So as soon as your student began to take the test, this will begin to read. You can see this one that says, okay, the participant is 185, but 2 of them have already participated in taking the test. So it is quite important for you to know these things so that you don't confuse yourself. So once you're ready to set it live, once you're ready for the student to take the test, you just click on the same action button and click on set to live. And as soon as you do that, your student will get a notification like this. You can see this red dots blinking, showing that there is a notification. Yeah, that means that this user has a particular test that he has not taken. You can see unattempted quiz, even for his staff. You get what I'm saying? So once you set it live, the student will be able to see it. You can see, are you sure you want to perform this operation? Of course, I'm sure. Continue. So the status has changed. So basically, that is how to set quiz for your students. And if you want to, like as a staff, if you want to get to know if you have a quiz or not, apart from checking this place, you can also click on my quiz to take the test. You can see promotional test, 90 minutes, created by this person on this day. That's December last year. Alright, so if I want to take it, if it has not closed yet, if I want to take it, I'll just click on this action button and then click on take quiz. Then I'll be directed to where I can take the quiz. The time will be running down, and I'll complete it, submit it, and see my score depending on how the setup was made when they were creating the quiz. So the same thing goes to your students. That is how they can also access their quiz. Thank you.